Let's pull it up. Okay. All right, Ms.
Thank you, Joe. All right, so what you're seeing here is just simply our cover page of the introduction. These are the two regions, Region 6 and 7, that we will be representing out of a total of 10 regions throughout the state of Ohio that we are servicing families in. Thank you. Our regional teams are actually composed of Joe and I, our amazing regional coordinators, Shannon and Kylie, and then our great coaches, Shelly and Tori, pictured there. So not pictured, but here as well for my region, are extremely important site navigators. And so our site navigators really connect and implement the meaningful work with the families that we serve.
Great, and I want to speak to that just a little bit too. We have 4 navigators in my region. They are not here. We are actively taking calls. Everybody's kind of in different stages of hire, so they were working all day taking calls, so they are not here today, but we have 4 navigators in my region, all with lived experience and really good, strong mental health background and also child welfare backgrounds with my navigators.
Thank you, Joe. All right, so our OhioKAN, what is OhioKAN? So first I'd like to explain the actual title. So obviously Ohio, the state, great Buckeye state here. We won't go into, you know, my controversial fan support here because I want you guys to listen and tune into the rest of this presentation, okay? So stay with me here. But the KAN, K-A-N, is an acronym that we keep capitalized at the end, and that literally stands for Kinship Adaptive Navigators. And so, or navigation, sorry. And so we are grant funded in partnership with our agency, Connect and ODJFS. We're confident that we are on track for an initial 5 years of funding. Our ultimate goal is to be federally funded through the clearinghouse, and so we are both hopeful and determined to achieve this goal. We provide kinship and adoptive families with personalized help navigating all the resources available to them, so both locally and statewide. And so that's really where our name comes from with the word navigator, kinship adoptive navigator. We found that there's just a ton of resources out there in the state of Ohio, but they are currently underutilized. And so we're just excited to be able to have a resource and a program that's really dedicated to connecting families with the resources that they need and or want. We also just recently launched in October, and since then we have been able to really help nearly 100 families just yet through providers and direct family contact. So we serve, I like to say, all of the above. So we are positioned to serve any kinship and adoptive family residing in Ohio. We are both informal and informal kinship families. So, you know, as you guys are aware, you know, you don't have to go through the courts and be deemed a kinship caregiver. You can be assuming that position in that role and reach out to us. You do not have to be receiving case management services. You do not have to be referred. This is voluntary, and it is really driven by our families. And then also families who have adopted both internationally and domestically, and also privately. So there's also a niche for families, you know, post-adoption to be connected with resources and continue to be provided with some guidance and some help, or just, you know, a number to be able to call if they need any additional support. So we say, what do you need to believe to be true to participate? Our mantra and our core belief is that we allow the families to guide us in serving and helping them navigate their challenges. So we believe that families are inherently capable of the solutions to the circumstances and challenges they face. So what that looks like is we do not provide case management, but instead we do some light touch advocacy and some support. Really that looks like as much or as little as the family would need. This is our lovely state of Ohio. This is the map of all the 10 regions that is reflected in our service areas. You can see right there at the kind of mid-bottom, mid-southern is our region 6 and 7, and that's why we're here with you today. You'll also kind of see an illustration of the specific counties as well. This presentation is going to be with Angela so that she can distribute to you all and you can have. But those are the counties, and I believe the second slide there that are reflective of the ones that Joe and I serve, but there are 10 regions total. And so we are throughout the entire state of Ohio. And here we have our specifically illustrated there with the pictures and the logos are our Cohort 1 partners. And so what you have in the blue areas there are the sites that really house our navigators. And so we've partnered with the sites to collectively serve every county. And each region in the blue have between 3 to 4 navigators per region and 1 coach. So our navigators really do come with a diverse and combined years of experience working with families in healthcare, higher education, the child welfare arena, state government. And we're really, really proud to say that, you know, the navigators that we work with, they truly know their communities and love the families that they serve. This number reflects a statistic that we got from the Grand families from the Ohio State fact sheets. And so this is a number of kinship and adoptive families in the state. So we know that it is exponential, but what is more telling of the need for our program is that many of the families are underserved and not utilizing resources that are available to them. Here you see our everyday work and our values. And so the first one, we truly, truly above all else believe in the safety, the permanency, and well-being of children. I am sure we are in good company with you all. Accountability, we just want to do and say, or I'm sorry, we do what we say and say what we do. So we want to be both held accountable for the service and the services that we deliver and the experiences that we give families. Of course, there's respect, and so we want to value the diversity of families that we serve, engage at the community level, really hear the voices of our families, and really trusting you all to be the experts, if you will, and listen to what you're telling us. And then the next one is strengths, and so we really truly believe in both strength-based approach and language, and so we just want to reflect that in the work that we do. Our navigators are trained to really approach that from a coaching standpoint and an advocacy standpoint as well. I love this slide. It is just like the epitome of like superpowers. There's a girl in there also. She's just hiding. I can see her little pink fist. We need to fix that image. But we are extremely committed to the equity, inclusion, and belonging of all the people and families that we serve. So we know that not one family is the same. So we really strive to ensure that we're approaching our service delivery with an inclusive lens and approach. So we just recently launched our completely Spanish web page. That is built into our website. We're extremely excited about that. One of our team members and our in another region was really instrumental in leading that effort, and so we're excited to announce that. We also offer TTY for the hearing impaired, and we're just continually evaluating our practices to really ensure equity in our services. So here's the fun part. Once families have called in, and Joe will kind of cover a little bit more of that model, but once they've answered a few preliminary questions from our navigators, once they give us a call or if they complete an inquiry through the website and are called back through one of our team members, once that happens and they're eligible for our services, we're ready to get the ball rolling. And so here's what families can expect. Joe will take it over and talk about really the journey throughout our services and how you can help us and get involved as well.
All right. So this is, I think, it's all very exciting, but I like this part of the presentation. This is where I always get very excited when I'm doing these on my own, because it's how does this work? So how do families go through our program, and what is it going to look like for you to connect with us? So there's a couple of different ways to do that. You can visit the physical site. Most people are not doing that because obviously we are in a pandemic. COVID is here right now, but people can walk into the sites that Brittany discussed earlier and ask for information about OhioKAN. They can visit our website, and I'm going to give you information about that shortly, or they can call the OhioKAN hotline. So that's the way that you all can connect with us. And when you talk to other kinship or adoptive families, please let them know this is how they can reach out to us. Then you're connected with the navigator, who's going to guide you through our database, which is very exciting. And I'm going to show you that step by step. And then you'll get a summary report with recommended resources, referral information. And like Brittany mentioned, we don't do intensive case management. So we're not with you long-term, it's very short-term. So you might call in with just a couple of needs. So it might be 1 or 2 phone calls with us. If you need a little bit more support, let's say maybe attending a court date, we can go with you to that. Maybe you just need some help filling out an application. We can assist with that. Maybe it's going to an IEP meeting. So it's very light touch hand holding, just a little extra support. And that's why we call it individualized advocacy. And then you will receive a follow-up phone call from the navigator, which I really like. So we're not just going to give you some numbers and say, good luck, we'll see you later. When you are in our region, Region 6 or Region 7, you're going to have that follow-up contact with the navigator to make sure that you were able to connect with the resources that we gave you, that you were able to reach those referrals, and that you don't need any further services. Do you need more support from us? Do you need some more help? And you can let your navigator know at that time. So that's what the journey kind of looks like. So I want to show you. We have a new statewide website. It is a wonderful website. I like to present and say it's pretty. So if you've not been on there, it's very pretty. So go on there and look at it. Lots of blues and grays and whites and really nice images, but it's a robust website. So you're going to find our program information on there. You're also going to see blog posts from staff members. There's articles, there's links to resources, region-specific information. If you want to get a hold of us through the website, there's an email form that you can fill out, and then we will contact you. And then the 800 number is also listed on the website as well. And then we have our 800 number. So that's the other way to get in touch with us, that 1-844-OhioKAN. Again, you're going to be connected with a live person. We believe very strongly in our program about personal service and good customer service. I think right now too with the pandemic, it's difficult because we don't get to see people face to face. So your time is valuable. So we want you to have on the phone, to hear that voice, to have a live person speaking with you, not waiting on hold for a long time and not going through a bunch of extensions. So this is a state-of-the-art phone system. You will get a recorded greeting when you first call, and then it's going to prompt you to put in your zip code. So you are directed immediately to your region. So you will not, again, be bounced around to multiple people. You'll be connected to somebody in your region that can help you. And we do answer the phones Monday through Friday from 8:30 until 6:30. And if we are in a meeting or something comes up, you will get voicemail, and we are calling back people same day. One of the things to know about calling us, it is not a quick phone call. I know a lot of people hear referral or you're going to give us a resource. So it's like 211, right? And then you can hang up the phone right after I get some information. So just be prepared. And if you talk to other people who are thinking about calling us, that it might be 20 minutes to 40 minutes to an hour on the phone. And the reason for that is we want to listen to you. That's the most important thing I think about our program is we are here to listen. We want to support you and hear what you're going through and be very thorough and make sure that you are heard and understood. So we do that. We want to get your consent. We want to explain the program to you. And then we do what's called a basic needs assessment. So we're going to go over different areas of your life and see where you might need some help and support. And that way we can best give you resources and serve you. So that's what the phone looks like. And then here is our statewide community. Yes, go ahead. Did you want to say something to that?
Yeah, I was just going to give a small caveat to that.
Yes.
Our navigators do ask when you come in our call in initially, if you do have time once you, so the eligibility screening is a couple of questions, but they will ask time. So you can call, and if you don't have that 20 to 40 minutes that Joe is talking about, because that is really the time that we need to build rapport and speak to you, you can always reschedule a call back later in the day as well.
Yeah, and our navigators, I think, are really good about that. We really try to work around your schedule. Thank you, Brittany, for bringing that up. We really want to work around your schedule. So if you just need to do that initial phone call and then schedule, something a day or two later, we are more than happy to do that. And sometimes it's 1 or 2 phone calls to get everything done for that initial phone call. This is our statewide community database, and I want to show you all. It's geolocated search and recommend, which I get really excited and start talking super fast. So I'll try to calm myself down. But we are so excited about this. So here is what we are able to do. Once we've spoken to you, we've done the consent, we've explained everything, you're eligible for the program, we've gone through the basic needs assessment, we know what you need, then we're going to ask you for some very detailed information. We can put your name in here. We have your address in here, and then we want to talk to you about the radius. So we want to know and keep in mind what your transportation needs and accessibility are. We have some families that we work with that have already called in and said, I'm on the bus line, or I can only walk a mile or 2 to my services. We've had some families call in and say, I'm willing to drive 2 hours to get my little guy to counseling services. Give me anything that you have in the 2 hour drive radius. So we want to know how far you can go and where you feel comfortable going. And then we will have already talked with you about your basic needs assessment. So what areas are you in need of support? So like on this one, it's food assistance and housing support. So we're going to plug that information in, and then it's going to populate places that are close to you in that radius that you've given us, places that you can go to get those services that you need. And then what we do, once we identify which ones you're going to go to and we think would be appropriate, we use this little plus sign, this little add button, and it's going to build what we call a binder for you. So it's going to gather all that information, and it's going to give you this handy dandy printout. So it's going to have your name on there. We can put details about the conversation that we had with you. And then it's going to populate those resources that we've discussed or that we think are going to help you best, or that you've told us that you want to go to. It's going to have their contact information. And then we're also able to go in and put notes. So if we've already sent families to this place and they've done the follow-up phone call with a navigator in the past, and they've said, you know what, ask for Angela. She's wonderful. We talked to her on the phone. We can put in that little blue area to ask for Angela. She'll help you out. Park in the front, not the back. So we can put little tips in there for you. And then at the end of this resource that you get, this printout that you get, it's going to have a picture of the person that you spoke with, and they'll have their contact information. So we really want this to be personal and know that we are here for you and that you have somebody consistent that's going to be working with you the whole time. Because I know for a lot of times when you're getting services, or if you've been in the system at all, it's a lot of different people and a lot of different faces. So you're going to have that person working with you the entire time. Other things to know, we can get this to you really quickly. So that's what's really nice about this information. We can email this to you same day. We'll be able to text this to you. Brittany, is that up and running now? I can see your face. Is that up and running text-wise, or is that coming? It's coming, right? It's coming. Coming soon, that we'll be able to text it. And we can always print this out and snail mail it to you. So you're going to get this information very, very quickly. And so what can you do, and how can you help us, and what do you need to do, and what is our ask? Spread the word. Please tell other people about our program. We want to help. Our region has been very busy with phone calls, and we are doing a lot of help, and people are asking, what does that help look like? So I want to talk about that just a little bit. We are able to connect people, obviously, with resources and referrals. We do have flexible funds, so we have been able to help out quite a few families with outstanding electric bills, outstanding gas bills. We are still doing, that referral and that connection to, let's get an application. How can you pay this next month? What are we going to be able to do to make sure this is taken care of in the future? But in the right now, we want to be able to help you out, and that's something that our program is able to do. So we're really excited about that. We also have some hard goods that are available. We ran out of weighted blankets, unfortunately, but we still have some backpacks. We have books. What else, Brittany? What am I forgetting? Baby boxes. And then we also do gift cards where you're able to build a cart. So we were able to help out some families over the holidays too. So that's been just really wonderful and exciting. It's nice being on the softer side of social work. So I'm enjoying that immensely. Have other families contact us. Like I said, we have monthly Q&A sessions that you can join in on. They're virtual events. So you can hop into those or tell people about those. You can also join one of our regional advisory councils. We are working right now to build our regional advisory councils. We are really trying to make these diverse as possible. So we want medical professionals, people with lived experience, caregivers, adoptive parents, anybody that's involved in kinship or the adoption world, and those that it affects, weighing in and helping us with this program. So if you are interested in being a Regional Advisory Council member, please let us know. We would love to have you. We do have materials available upon request, so we can mail those to you. We can also send digital flyers. I know Brittany has already included some of our digital flyers, so Angela will be sending those out to you, so we have those. But we can do mailers if you need them. And reach out to us. You can reach Brittany or myself. You can call the 844-OhioKAN number, or you can email us with questions or thoughts or ideas. And that is all I have. I cannot wait to hear from you all what you would like to know.